Hello and welcome to my channel, Infinite Intuition. If you are here, then that means you are interested in seeing what the heck is going on with the election this week. So we are actually going to be focusing on the week of the 8th through the 14th. Because I believe I have already, not that I believe, I know, I've already filmed a weekly video for the 1st through the 7th, which had some pretty interesting information going on there. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the reading. I'm also going to be bringing out the pendulum for this reading and also for the future weekly readings. I'm actually going to be filming these one by one. Same with another reading idea that I have, just for fun, nothing about the election. Just because I've said it before in past videos, but I'm very busy. I'm going on a trip that's going to take like half the month because there's a wedding and then there's Christmas plans and then after that there's actual Christmas and I have no idea what the plans are going to be for that. And then of course there's New Year's. So yeah, there's like time with friends going on, time with other family in another state going on. It's a crazy time. So I'm going to be filming as much as I can and get these out in a timely manner for you guys. So let's go ahead and focus on what is happening post-election from the 8th through the, the 8th through the 14th. What is happening post-election from the 8th to the 14th? Oh, we already have some cards popping out. I felt like that wanted to. That also wanted to. All right. Let's just start with what we've got. Let's go with what popped out first. Okay, so the Queen of Cups keeps popping out whenever I'm doing these election readings. Ooh, okay, we also have the Moon. We have the Page of Swords. Okay, the Knight of Swords. This has popped up before as well. Oops, I had them a little bit too high. Sorry about that. We have the Eight of Cups. We also have the Hermit, but it appeared reversed. Okay. Let's see if we can get some more cards. And this one. Okay, we've got Six of Swords. We have Knight of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. And the Empress. Interesting. Okay, well, right away with these top two cards here, like I said before, this Queen of Cups keeps showing up in not all, but I would say probably most of my election videos. And to me, she definitely resembles somebody. And there have been moments where I'm just kind of like, she could give off energy in regards to Kamala Harris, but this is not the card that I have asked to be revealed if it is something to do with her. I do feel like this mainly represents somebody else And every time I see her and she's got this cup in her hand, it kind of makes me feel like she's presenting something. And with the moon popping up, what I'm mainly getting from that is that she is presenting something that's hidden. Especially when we've got the Hermit in reverse here in the middle. That we're no longer in hermit mode. We're no longer going within. Like, I don't think things are happening behind the scenes so much anymore. It kind of seems like things are going to be coming out, possibly to the public. This Knight of Swords card has also appeared in one other video. And I believe it was the video that I actually said had a shocking prediction. And this person, whoever this person is, I kind of feel like resembled a whistleblower with information. So I kind of feel like there's something going on with these two. That's definitely going to be bringing some information out front. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're going to show themselves. They might. But with the moon card also, there still might be some things that are hidden. And maybe this person would be one of them. Or it could also be like maybe information of a whistleblower coming out, but not necessarily knowing who. A lot of this to me in the middle here, like I said, these two always come out at me first because of who they've represented in past videos, but I kind of feel like, not counting the Hermit, I feel like the Hermit represents energy. But we've got the Page of Swords, we've got the Eight of Cups, we've got the Six of Swords, and we have the Knight of Wands. And what I find interesting is that on this side, they're all facing towards the middle, and then you got this side facing towards the middle. My first instinct, my first thought of intuition here are people coming together to work together. It could possibly mean you've got opposite sides here. You know, possibly people who are on 45's side, and then you have people who are on Harris's side. Maybe clashing in the middle. But I feel like I'm gonna go mostly with my first instinct, that there are people coming together. Okay, because we got the Hermit card here. We're not staying within anymore. We're not sitting back anymore. It feels like we're taking action now. And it could be with this person revealing something hidden. And then these two cards on the bottom here gives me a sense of kind of a rebirth vibe. Because when the Empress pops up, she does kind of have motherly vibes going on. Ace of Pentacles, we've got new beginnings. The aces and tarot always scream new beginnings no matter what to me, but with Pentacles, new beginnings materialistically, financially, but also a new beginning for like a solid foundation. The Empress is also a little bit speaking to me that she does, in this image, represent somebody. Perhaps this is information, whatever the Queen of Cups is revealing, that's hidden. We have people taking action. Maybe it will be given to somebody who's going to lay that foundation down with this new information. Let's go ahead and get some more cards. Get some oracle cards here. Okay. Okay, we've got meander. We have abundance. Protection. And memory. Okay, so meander kind of goes along the opposite of what I was talking about with people taking action, but this kind of energy, maybe I should actually flip these. It makes me feel like it goes more down here, that however this information is going to be trickling down, the person that's waiting is just kind of meandering along, just waiting at this time. Abundance definitely makes me think it goes with the Ace of Pentacles. Could also go with the Empress too. She's holding a bundle of apples here. And that to me kind of makes me feel like fruitful. Protection, being protected at this time. Not just spiritually, but I also feel like those in the government who are doing a lot of work right now to put the pieces together are not revealing things right now for protection of the people, maybe even themselves, but for protection of the people. And then when I'm talking about piecing together, it's kind of like piecing together the memory, piecing together like the past, piecing together information. What is in here? That's a little parakeet. I never noticed that before. In whatever she has on her chest here, there's like a little bird, and it's a parakeet. Kind of looks like one of those blue parakeets to me, not the typical green ones, the blue ones. And it almost looks like she's holding feathers in her hands. No, I actually think that is, they're feathers in her hands. I really do feel like that's just piecing together the information, holding information. Maybe this person has been holding information and now ready to reveal what's hidden. Like it's like now it's like the right time. I also, when this card popped up, I think this has popped up before in an election video of mine where it was talking about water holding memory. Queen of Cups. The cups in tarot actually represent water. So that definitely could go along with holding information for protection. But now we're going to be revealing, at least behind the scenes, something that's going to make action happen and trickle down to where it needs to trickle down to. We've got 3 swords cards here. Definitely intellect, communication, wisdom, more water, taking action on this memory. And then wands are just this fiery, passionate energy, very action-oriented. Okay, let's go ahead and keep going with some more cards here. I got the moon down here, and I just heard the word cycles because I got phases of the moon here, and I just heard cycles. Maybe an end to a cycle. We were talking about communication. We literally got communication. Divine light. This popped up in the last election video that I made. Strength. I think this also popped up as well. And responsibility. The garden circle here definitely makes me feel like a completion of cycles. We're going to be stepping into the light with this new information, or they're going to be stepping into the light with this new information, definitely communicating with one another and finding their strength again. You know, maybe some of these people in office who don't want what 45 has to bring to the table. They don't want that, but they felt defeated because maybe some of this information is just not coming to light fast enough. But I feel like things are. With my last election video, we definitely were talking about a certain bit of information coming out. And I do have those same oracle cards again. We'll see what happens when we use them, but a good specific piece of information coming out that now we've got people taking action to. And again, we have things coming to the light, but then finding our strength, or finding their strength again. I know he's not, this man in this image does not have anybody else with him, but I kind of felt like the hand that he's holding out, even though in this image it's actually collecting what he found, which could be collecting of information, but I also felt like he was reaching out to others, being like, okay, I found my strength, come on, we can do this, let's pull ourselves up together. Let's pull ourselves up together and get this done. Let's fight. Okay? That's what I'm getting from that. And that they feel like they have a responsibility and duty to the people of this country, to the government. Wow. Okay. This one did want to come out. Yep. Okay. So right away, we got letter again, just like we did last week. Writing, communication, fax, email, mail, notes, contact information, records, news, memo. So definitely still working with the spin of information that was revealed that they are working on. What I don't have, I believe it was the card, the Eight of Cups, where I had this striking image of this woman. But I did kind of feel like possibly the FBI. So it doesn't seem like this week there's so much involved. Maybe that was the information from last week. This is the information now. It could be the same information. I'm just saying, who's delivering that information? You also have a ball and chain, heaviness, addiction, codependent, trapped, emotional baggage, unhappily married. This to me has the, it's definitely the heaviness of the people trying to, pull all this information together, get things done, because they have a responsibility. And they know that. Okay, we also have bellows. This popped up in the last video as well, and this to me definitely feels like fueling the fire. We didn't have fire pop up again, but definitely fueling the fire from what was revealed last week. We've got stork, so definitely some transformation and change coming in. Renew, we were talking about rebirth, which rebirth is in there. Restless, feeling of a restlessness, I would think, in the government, possibly even the people as well, those who are still very much feeling affected by the results of this election. But I definitely, since this is more so really focused on the government, not so much the people this time around. Usually I get a mix of both, but this is very government heavy right now. And I think that might be because there's so many people out there, not in the government, just people in general, who have taken a step back and just being like, you know what, I'm not going to watch anything. I'm not really going to listen to much of anything, only because it's all about like Trump's cabinet picks and what him and his people are saying right now. And it's just, It's hard to watch. It's disgusting. And I just think people are tired of it. So that's probably why we don't have a balance of both at this time. It's really only focused on the government right now. We also have a woman. This popped up the last reading as well. This time I'm definitely thinking it could represent this Queen of Cups. It could represent the Empress. In the last video, even though I did not ask to be shown who Harris or Biden or even 45 were in this deck that I'm using, any oracle cards, I was mainly asking them to resemble these people in my tarot cards. Obviously, none of them appeared in the tarot cards this time around. But this could actually resemble Harris. Fox, yes, we have stealth going on right now with being stealthy with this information. Still having a sense of something is wrong. There's, just the day of the election, it was like the energy shifted, and so many people were saying just how wrong everything felt. That there's something going on, which then we also have deceit and stuff, cunning, sly. And I think that definitely represents the information that is trying to be gathered. We also have Bear, boss, CEO, judge, bully, Mama Bear, protective again. So we have protection and protective, finances, benefit, strong, affluence, muscular. So this could represent, now I'm kind of getting the Empress, whoever this card resembles could be somebody a little bit higher up, and they're just waiting for this information. But again, we have protective, we have protection, so still very protective of the people. Finances, new beginnings and a rebirth. With finances, benefits, a lot of our benefits are being attacked. If 45 gets in. Okay. Bully, too. I've said that before when this card has popped up about Trump and his people, his followers, are just being a bully. We also have mask, disguise, conceal, ego, projection, hidden motive, persona, representation, theater, performance. This just makes me think of Trump as 45 as a whole. This whole thing is a performance. This whole thing is entertainment to him. He doesn't care. His ego gets the best of him, definitely. Possibly even Musk as well. I'm also getting from this card about the other side possibly masking what they're trying to do. Even though there might be a chance that 45 and his people already kind of know what's going on, because, I mean, I think it happens with every election that not necessarily investigations, but just doing recounts just to make sure they got the final total accurate. But I'm sure that they know. I'm sure that they're aware. And I think the other side is just kind of masking, concealing what they're doing. Yarn, complicated, circumstance, string along, puzzling, all tied up, conundrum, unraveled, tangled. Yeah, the reason information like this is probably taking a while is because it's complicated. Oh, complicated and circumstance are actually together. I read them as like two separate things. So complicated circumstance. Yeah, it's a complicated circumstance right now. All tied up makes me think of the last election video that we were just having, or that I had recorded not long ago, about Trump feeling tied up. So I feel like it has relation to that. I also have cross, destiny, spirituality, divine guidance, trials, necessity, conviction, duty, crisis, fate. Okay, so for this, kind of feel a connection between divine light and the cross. Because then we also have divine guidance. Not only is information being brought to the light, I do feel like spiritually we have, how do I want to say this? Like we have things that we can't see right now. It could be deities, it just could be spirit, being divinely guided, the government being divinely guided to possibly find this information to have this best result that we could get. I do feel like, well, maybe we'll get into the pendulum with that, but I do feel like things had to get shaken up for a reason. We got garden, public, venues, society, crowds, audience, party, meeting, event, a date, community, outdoors. Well, if we have communication coming up, then they are definitely the government coming together, having meetings. But now if we've got public coming out, I do feel like something is going to be revealed to the public. With party, maybe there is something to celebrate about. I'm trying to remember if I had celebration pop out in the last election video. I honestly can't remember, but look, we've got an audience now. I think more and more people are knowing. More and more people are going to know. We've also got key, solution, intelligence, genius, insight, clarity, open, breakout, liberty, lock, unlock, helpful. Things are going to be unlocked. They are finding the solution. There is clarity to this information, to the solutions that they are looking for. Breaking out, information becoming unlocked. Maybe not everything will become unlocked, but I think some things are. And it's going to be helpful. Balance. I think we've had this before. Centered, meditated awareness, just right, equality, well-being, feeling complete. So definitely bringing a balance back to the energy that we felt was so off. Clouds, yeah. Thoughts, problems, doubt, hesitate, unclear, confusion, indecision, misunderstandings. Okay. I think this is more in relation to how clouded everybody's minds have been, not just as the people, but as the government as well. And I do feel like there's some hesitation with bringing this information to light. Excuse me. And I'm not just hearing doubt, I'm also hearing fears, because whatever is brought to light, not everybody's going to be happy about it. And this is going to cause some problems. So yeah, there's a little bit of hesitation going on right now. Let's go ahead and actually get into our pendulum. And this will be where we are ending on for today. So going to be asking some pretty heavy questions. In regards to what we were just reading. I also have some other questions off to the side that I'm reading from my computer that I had typed up. And we'll see what that has to, we'll see what that is for this week's current energy. But I know I said that I was filming everything back to back. And I have said in the past, like, energy is always changing. I actually did confirm with my guides. I did a pendulum reading beforehand, asking if I were to film each week's video now, back to back, would there be any disruption with the energy? Would there be any, like, false information coming out? And the answer was no. The energy, at least in regards to these questions, the energy, I think, for the entire month isn't really going to shift. At least not much. At least not to how it would affect this. So that, or my guides could possibly tap into the energy, with these upcoming weeks, and that may help. Well, we will see. Okay, we'll see how each weekly video goes. But all I know is that I had confirmation that I would be able to do these back to back for each week. So, go ahead, position this. And we'll let the pendulum gather some energy. By the way, my pendulum actually has a name. Her name is Mia. So thank you so much, Mia, for participating in these videos. And thank you so much to my guides and my deities for participating in this video as well. We got quite a big swing, quite a lot of energy going on. So my first question, actually, is something that I've seen a lot in the spiritual community with everybody's gut feelings and stuff. Will 45 be inaugurated in January? Okay, the answer is no. I guess I should have also explained that, hold on, let me pull Mia back for a moment. I forgot to say, when it swings back and forth like this, it means no. Up and down means yes. Up in the top left corner is now. Top right, maybe. Bottom right, wait. Bottom left, rephrase. I can even go ahead and pull this up. Hopefully you can see the answers a little bit better. Okay, let's put Mia back here. I'm going to get my arm a little bit more comfortable so it does not wobble. Okay, so let's wait for the pendulum. Let's wait for Mia to gather a little bit more energy. So if you'd like, I'd actually like to go ahead and ask the same question, just to, since I had messed up the showing you guys the board. So will 45 be inaugurated in January? Okay, the answer is still no. Mia, can you go back to a neutral swing, please? Will Kamala Harris be inaugurated in January? Okay, the answer is yes. Can you go back to a neutral swing, please? Another thing I've been seeing predicted in the spiritual community that I'm going to be asking right now is, will President Biden enact his Presidential Emergency Act? Okay, yes. Can you go back to a neutral swing, please? Is enacting the Presidential Emergency Act what is causing Biden to be indecisive of at this time? Yes. Please go back to a neutral swing. Does President Biden want to enact the Presidential Emergency Act? No. Please go back to a neutral swing. Is President Biden afraid that if he enacts his emergency act, that it will cause riots? Yes. Please go back to a neutral swing. If 45 is not inaugurated, will that cause riots? Yes. Please go back to a neutral swing. Will those riots be widespread among the country? Yes. Please go back to a neutral swing. If Kamala Harris is not inaugurated, let's just say that, will there be riots? Yes. Please go back to a neutral swing. If Kamala Harris is not inaugurated in January, will those riots be widespread? No. Please go back to a neutral swing. Will those riots only happen at the White House or outside the White House? Yes. Okay. Please go back to a neutral swing. In regards to the riots with 45 not being inaugurated, do we have to fear those riots? No. That was like a pretty immediate no. I don't even think I was like fully finished with my question yet. So it's a no. Can you please go back to a neutral swing? Will President Biden announce or enact, hold on, let me start over. Will President Biden enact his emergency act the week of the 8th to the 14th? No. Okay, so he will not be taking action this week. Is that because he still needs to have more information? Yes. Please go back to a neutral swing. The information that is coming from the 8th to the 14th, is that the information he needs to enact the Presidential Emergency Act? Yes. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let me just pull back for a moment, give me a little bit of a break. At the moment, that's all the questions that I can think of at this time. I answered what I had written down. I even asked some questions that just came to mind in the moment. Excuse me. Let me just sit here a moment, see if I can come up with anything else. Excuse me. The information that is coming from the 8th to the 14th, is it only in regards to 45? No. Please go back to a neutral swing. Is the information from the 8th to the 14th also in regards to Musk? Yes. Okay, so this is telling me that in that case, it really isn't just focused on 45. It's focusing on everybody who was involved with at least his part of the election. One last question. This is a question that I've been seeing in the spiritual community as well. So, did all of this need to happen to bring the United States, the people of the United States, awareness to the government and rights and benefits to help move the country in a better direction? Yes. Okay. Okay. So yeah, that's what I've been seeing as well. In the spiritual community, people asking these sort of questions, and honestly, the answers that I just got right now were the answers they were getting as well. So that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for coming by and watching this video. I hope that helped bring some clarity. I'm really happy that I remembered to bring out the pendulum this time. I kept forgetting beforehand, but honestly, I had asked if that mattered at all, and the answer was no. That this was the right moment that I would be bringing this out and asking these questions. So yeah, I will keep bringing the pendulum out. I'll keep bringing Mia out and asking questions. I don't know if I'll ask as many as I did for this time. It's just whatever comes to mind in the moment. So yeah, we'll just keep doing these election predictions and have some, like I said, I have some other plans for other readings on the side. And yeah, I guess we'll just keep seeing what happens. We'll keep seeing how things go. See if what was said is accurate. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming by. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.